Aladdin has a sword! Seriously, why the hell does he have a sword? Like, I realize that might have been a thing in the actual movies. Or movie, was it just one Aladdin movie, or did they make more than one? I don't know. Whatever. But really, in these games, as far as Kingdom Hearts 1 goes, what? Granted, he has a cutlass, or scimitar rather, not cutlass, not an actual straight up sword. But I don't know. To be fair, Tarzan had a spear and Clayton had a gun. So I guess it's not that out there. But it's wow. Still came as a bit of a shock to me. Like, did Aladdin even wield a weapon in the movie? I don't even remember. Wow. Yeah, I really need to rewatch that movie. Wow. Anyway, hey everybody, welcome back to more Kingdom Hearts Final Mix. Last time we entered Agrabah. Agrabah? However the hell you pronounce it. And discovered that apparently Jafar was after Jasmine and the keyhole. Expecting to steal away this world in darkness. So unfortunately we have to go track her down, which is rather unfortunate. And may I just say right now, I find it funny that we are currently level 17 or so, but Aladdin's level 21. Were they expecting us to be level 21 when we got to Agrabah? I really gotta wonder that. I don't know, maybe it's... I actually don't know. I forgot what level I was at during my last playthrough when I got here. And of course, as I mentioned during my first playthrough, I was in my high 30s when I got here due to the absurd amount of grinding I did in Deep Jungle. But on my last playthrough, I legit cannot remember what level I was when I got here. Actually, speaking of my first playthrough, this section in particular, this is probably what... God damn it. And so, Jafar is after Jasmine and this keyhole. Keyhole, huh? I could have sworn that I've heard about this somewhere before. I could swear I've heard about that somewhere before. Excuse me. Really? Where? Now, where was it? It's only been 200 years. Genie, I love you. Don't ever change. Well, anyway, we've got to stop Jafar before it's too late. Nah, let's go ahead and let him do shit. Anyway, this particular section... Honestly? Actually, this gave me and my friend a lot of trouble. Like, he had played the game before and he couldn't remember where the hell I was supposed to go, so I think we were wandering around here for like 45 minutes to an hour. I don't know, maybe it's just my horrible sense of direction. I don't know. But that is still rather odd. And actually, contrary to what it may seem, you can actually jump down on that platform there, which is weird. And yeah, I don't know. Those green flying thingamafucks. Those things heal other enemies. Very very annoying. Very, 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 very annoying. I cannot even begin to describe how much I hate those things. Anyway, you saw a blue Trinity mark there. However, we can't get that right now because we don't have Goofy in our party. Anyway, this is actually the one spot on my first playthrough that neither me or my friend could find, if memory serves me right. I don't know why we could never get to this. I don't know. Obviously, we did eventually get through it because I finished that playthrough, but it's still kind of stuck with me hard. The good news is you don't even have to kill all the enemies. You can just waltz right past them and through the gates that were previously closed, which lead you to the palace gates. Really, doesn't matter. You can just jump. You can't. You have to just go down.
Aren't you, boy? Back to your hole, street rat. I will not allow you to trouble the princess anymore.
Jasmine!
I'm so sorry, Aladdin.
Genie, help Jasmine, please.
One wish left. You're making this really easy, you know?
So sorry, boy. I'm afraid your second wish has been denied.
Huh?
I'm sorry, Al.
And now, I bid you all farewell. Attack!
And that was my apologies. I was terribly mistaken. This fucking mini-boss, whatever it was, I forget exactly what it was. Goes in Kingdom Hearts 1. I honestly don't have any strategies for this thing. Because, literally, I've never found any strategies for dealing with this thing. I don't know, maybe there is actually a strategy for defeating this boss that makes it more manageable. But if there is, I would like to hear it because I don't have any. Like, it's clear that attacking the head isn't the best course of action, because that doesn't take very much damage. I don't know. Maybe I'm just hallucinating. I don't know. Then again, of course, it also can also just be because I'm under-leveled. I think I'm under-leveled. Maybe I'm not. I actually do wonder if I'm under-leveled, though, because as I said, Aladdin is currently level 21, which is 4 levels higher than what we are currently. So, are they under-leveled, or is Aladdin over-leveled? Or are both of us under-leveled? I actually don't know. Which is a crying shame. I mean, I think you're supposed to destroy the pots in between its head and butt. But I've never found good strategy for doing that. Maybe that's because I'm an incompetent moron. But still, it's... I've always found that awkward. I've always found that fight awkward.
To the desert! Come on, let's move!
So yeah, now we want to go back to the desert. And honestly, I'm not a fan of this fight coming up. It's too many bosses in a row I don't like. Actually, I don't know if the freaking the Cave of Wonders is actually sentient or not. I don't know. Maybe it was actually sentient in the movie. I don't even remember. And as for the other thing, actually, I'm not even sure if the Cave of Wonders is actually considered a boss or if it's only a mini boss. The tiger head is being controlled by the Heartless. Crush the power of darkness. Excuse my idiocy here while I try to climb the head. You are supposed to climb the head, but the only thing is, you're supposed to climb the head when it buries its face into the ground. And unfortunately, I don't have guarding this point. And here I'm being a dumbass again and being like, wait a minute. Yeah, it's... And this is where I bring up the stupid health bar system in Kingdom Hearts 1. They never did it again, thankfully. I am very thankful that this is a Kingdom Hearts 1 only thing. Really, thank you, Square Enix. But it's... The problem is, once you start getting into, like, the super bosses, like Sephiroth, for example, you're not sure how many hits it is before they actually start taking damage to their health bars, because I believe the maximum is purple? Or is it pink? I don't remember. One of those two. And for Sephiroth and not mysterious figure, what's implied to be Xemnas? The Xemnas fight in Kingdom Hearts 1. You hit them at the start of the fight and their health bar doesn't go down because Kingdom Hearts 1 had limitations to the point where they couldn't put more health bars past purple or pink or whichever one it was. And honestly, I really don't like that. Because, say, for example, now you don't know, oh, hey, am I actually doing any damage, or is it just has a shit ton of health? You don't know the first time you fight Sephiroth. But... And actually, this brings up an interesting point, speaking of the Xemnas fights in Kingdom Hearts 1. This was a boss added to Final Mix. But, the thing is, my friend, who I mentioned in this video, he owned Kingdom Hearts Final Mix. He owned the 1.5 collection on the PS3. So, one of the times I went over to visit him, he offered a challenge to me to fight Xemnas in the Kingdom Hearts 1 version. And I was like, okay, sure. And I did defeat him, but the problem is, I don't think it's a well-designed fight. Only one of his attacks that I can recall are any sort of threat. Granted, that one move can easily fuck you over if you're not careful, but it still is irritating as fuck that there's only one move he has that you have to worry about. I mean, you have to worry about his other moves, but none of them are really truly dangerous. And I just don't understand. By the way, that was a white trinity that will be the final trinity we unlock, so we won't be getting that until much farther down the line. Now, I do say that I have not played Chain of Memories, but back in late 2014, this same person actually, he got to the final boss of Chain of Memories and was struggling quite hard against it. And so, because this was after the Kingdom Hearts 1 playthrough, if I recall correctly, he was like, hey, you want to come help me out? And I'm like, okay, I've never played the game, but sure. And that might have been some of the most frustrating moments I've ever had in a video game. Granted, we didn't get it all in one sitting because, frankly, Marluxia is a very difficult boss. But, and actually, honestly, I can go more into detail about that story when it's actually relevant, you know, when we start playing Chain of Memories, whenever we do get to that point. It really does feel like it's going to be a long ways off before we actually get to Chain of Memories. Because, honestly, Kingdom Hearts 1 is, as I said in a previous video, longer than Birth by Sleep. At least, I think it is. Unless I'm remembering wrong. Pretty sure I'm remembering that correctly. You see, that is why I need to start doing test playthroughs that are actually more recent. Because my second playthrough of Kingdom Hearts 1, that was back in, like, I think, freaking July. Or was it August? One of those 2 months. So my knowledge on this is a little, not as rusty as my knowledge on Birth by Sleep, but I still don't have quite the level of knowledge that I would like to have. By the way, these stupid face things that squirt water out, you want to avoid them, because if you do get hit by them, you will be dragged down into the floor below, which actually, in the grand scheme of things, is not necessarily that bad of a thing. At least in the future air rooms of this place, not in this room here. It's actually a pretty bad thing in this room, but the point is, avoid the water. That's the point I'm trying to make. Anyway, this platform right here, for some reason, I forgot that enemies were spawning, so I kind of just went ahead and yeah. Like, I don't understand why I forgot that enemies were still going to spawn, and therefore you can't open a treasure chest. In fact, actually, I don't think I'd go back and open that chest at all during this initial run of the Cave of Wonders. That is really sad. Gotta say, that is really sad. I don't know, maybe it's just me. And here I fall into the pit below. Yeah, it's definitely... I mean, I like the design of this area, but for me, it is a little too easy to fall into this watery area for my liking. I don't know, maybe it's just a me thing, but I personally don't think it's a very good idea. Anyway, so this cave, I struggle to call it a cave. I don't know, maybe I'm the only one. But this cave is really only made up of, what, 3 rooms, I believe? Okay, there is the lamp chamber, I believe. Yeah, I think it was the lamp chamber. But that's more so for the boss arena than anything. It's not supposed to be an actual fully fleshed out room. I don't know. They're just... As much as I actually do enjoy the Kingdom Hearts games, there are just so many things about it that I personally can't make sense out of. I actually do not remember how to get to that chest. No, wait, I think you need glide for that. And this room here. I don't know why, but I am terrible at getting all the chests in this room for some reason. I don't understand why. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and cut the rest of this fight out. I will see you guys back in a moment. Anyway, in all honesty, most of these chests are really simple to get. In fact, it's almost embarrassing just how simple most of them are to get. But there's really only one chest in this room I've never been good at getting, and it's that one right there. Like, I don't know if I'm just oblivious and keep missing really obvious things. I don't know. Maybe it is. But I did not know on my first playthrough, and even on my second playthrough, I had to look it up. But you are supposed to go up to those weird crystal things and have Abu, at least I'm pretty sure that's the name of it, the monkey. You're supposed to have him touch the crystal. I'm pretty sure that's the name of it, or that I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Excuse me, and that'll blow you onto an alternate platform. I don't know how they expected us to just figure that out, but I really just don't get it. I really wish that they would have explained that better, or better yet, given some sort of hints towards that. For example, instead of making it so vague, how about you have the player be like, hey, let's have you use a particular that crystal to make a certain thing work within the game.
My first wish, Genie. Show me the keyhole.
Oh no, that's what you get for being in control of an omnipotent being. That begs the question, if the genie is apparently an omnipotent figure, then couldn't Jafar just be like, hey, I wish for this world to be corrupted by darkness or something? Because he already had Jasmine. So what was stopping him from just wishing for the world to be corrupted and then vanish? Like, did he not understand how that worked? I'm not even sure, honestly. Yeah, I really wish I really do want to know what was stopping him from just, you know, wishing for that world to disappear. I don't know. Then again, it was established that any inhabitants of a world, once their world disappears, they do as well, unless their spirits are strong enough, in which case they become those weird summon gems. But it couldn't have been that out there, could it? I don't know. I mean, considering how it is... Considering the fact that Jafar is like alliance, what's the term for it? Is an ally for Maleficent? I'm pretty sure Maleficent could have figured something out to be like, hey, how do I make him not go away when his world disappears? I mean, Maleficent definitely seems intelligent enough to be able to work around that. I don't know. Then again, that sort of thing has never been truly explored in the game. At least, not to my knowledge. And apologies, here I am updating everyone's inventories just because we do have 2 boss fights in a row coming up. So best to have people, have Sora, Donald, and Aladdin prepped finally enough. Honestly, I'm not concerned about these 2 fights at all. I'm really not. That's mostly due to the fact that, honestly, excuse me, neither of them are that difficult. In fact, both of them are really damn easy. And honestly, that's a really big shame, considering, actually I wouldn't necessarily call it a shame, but it's just a bit jarring coming from Clayton.
That boy again?
He is more persistent than I expected. Why not explain the situation to that boy, Riku? Doing so may actually prove useful to our...
Wait a second. Are you Maleficent?
Jafar, let Jasmine go!
Not a chance. You see, she's a princess. One of 7 who somehow hold the key to opening the door.
Open?
What door?
But you fools won't live to see what lies beyond it. Genie, my second wish, crush them!
Genie, no!
Sorry, Al. The one with the lamp calls the shots. I don't have a choice.
Honestly, I don't like this boss fight. Granted, I think that's kind of to be expected, because it's literally just Jafar. But really, there's minimal threat of death in this fight. I mean, sure, Jafar ordered Genie to crush you, but like, literally, if Genie does hit you, then health orbs will just drop. So, to my knowledge, there really is no danger in this fight. Really, if anything, it's just a waiting game, and not even a fun waiting game at that. Granted, when have waiting games ever been fun? But still, they could have done so much better with this fight. Like, there is no excuse for a fight with a Disney villain to be so atrocious. And for some reason here, I decided to be a dumbass and freaking spam fire despite that not even being able to reach him in this fight. But yeah, that's another thing I don't like about this fight. For whatever reason, he's too high up for you to hit. So if you fall off the platform, well... And the problem is, with his frequent tendency to teleport all over the place, this just is not a very good fight. I don't know which fight is honestly worse, this fight or the one right after it. Both of them are pretty bad. I really don't know which is worse. And that's a shame too. Why would you have such a significant Disney villain like Jafar have such a shitty ass boss fight? Then again, now I think about it, the fight with Jafar in Kingdom Hearts 2 is also pretty terrible. In fact, probably even worse than both of the ones in the Kingdom Hearts 1, and that is saying something. And here I learned the valuable lesson of not being able to cast Thunder if you're too far away. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't know that. Like, you would think I would know that by now. Then again, I'm used to the Kingdom Hearts 2 version of Thunder where it creates a thunder type thing all around you rather than it circling in on, excuse me, circling in on a specific enemy, which honestly I think that works better. I don't know, maybe I'm the only one. Really, I really do hate talking about future games when we're not even done with this game yet, but at the same time, it's really, what are you expecting? Because, as I mentioned in a previous video, I now actually quite like Kingdom Hearts 2. So now I've realized just how inferior Kingdom Hearts 1 ultimately is to Kingdom Hearts 2 and Birth by Sleep.
Genie, my final wish. I want you to make me an all-powerful genie!
You can take a moment to pause here, but I recommend you just go ahead and go down to fight Jafar, which this is... oh boy. Wow. I don't know. Get the lamp! Get Jafar's lamp! The biggest problem with this fight, hands down, is that you're not even fighting Jafar himself, you're fighting his lamp. This turns this fight into a really boring and a really easy fight on top of that. Like, and for that matter, Jafar is now a genie. Yo, omnipotent being. Why not make use of that? Why not make it an unwinnable fight and then random cutscene appears and be like, hey, you're no longer invincible or something. And then fight him again. That would have been a hell of a lot more interesting than this shit. Yeah, I don't like this boss fight. Then again, I don't like the fight against regular Jafar, and the fight against Genie Jafar in Kingdom Hearts 2 is also terrible. Honestly, I want there to be a good Jafar fight for once. Like, really, as far as I know, I think Genie Jafar's only attack in Kingdom Hearts 1 is to throw those lava boulders at you. How does that even work? Talk about wasted potential, considering the fact that Genie Jafar is, you know, a fucking genie! And they have the ability to bend reality at their will! And I don't even need to give you guys any strategies, because this fight is literally as simple as just continuing to charge after the fucking lamp! I just really don't understand.
Okay, Jafar. Back to your lamp.
Jasmine? Jasmine!
Whoa, we better get out of here!
Jasmine!
I realized that this game was made before The Legend of Spyro Dawn of the Dragon, but that still doesn't change the fact that honestly, this getaway is not nearly as interesting as the getaway at the end of The Legend of Spyro Dawn of the Dragon's Destroyer fight, which, by the way, that fight is awesome. Really? I'm not a fan of this getaway. In fact, I actually even forgot that this getaway existed. And this actually brings up an interesting point. Like, I noticed rewatching this clip that there is a random MP orb that they give you. Like, well, what? I don't know. What? Okay. Especially when you can't even use MP, or magic, excuse me, during the getaway. It just doesn't make any sense. So, Jasmine's no longer an Agrabah. Sora, let's go find her. Sure, why not? Sorry, I can't take you with me. Oh yeah, right, because World Order. Why not? I kind of imagine Aladdin just saying that in a whiny voice. I sure wish we could. Goofy, why? But we can't if we take him to another world. Yeah. We would be what was it? Meddling. Aladdin, we'll find Jasmine, I promise.
Earth to Al? Hello, you still have one wish left? Look, just say the word. Ask me to find Jasmine for you.
I wish for your freedom, Genie.
Al!
A deal's a deal, Genie. Now you can go anywhere you want. You're your own master. But if you can, it'd be great if you could go along with them and help Sora find Jasmine.
Sorry, Al. I'm done taking orders from others. But a favor? Now that's entirely different. I guess I could give that a try. After all, we're pals, right, Al?
Genie.
Just leave it to me!
That smarmy vizier could have had him. If someone had stuck around to give him a hand.
Hey, I did my part. I brought the princess, didn't I?
Jafar was beyond help, consumed by his own hatred. One should beware of letting it burn too fiercely.
Whoa, lighten up. I'm as cool as they come, okay? By the way, kid, have we got something special for you?
Huh?
We had a deal, yes? You help us, and we grant you your wish.
Kyrie!
Go to her. Your vessel is waiting.
Just remember, this is no pleasure cruise. It won't be a pleasant voyage.
Why are you doing all this for me? What's the catch?
Catch? What's the catch? Silly boy. You're like a son to me. I only want you to be happy.
I seriously doubt that.
Believe what you wish. But lest we forget, I kept my end of the bargain.
Learn summon spell Genie. Here, take this with you. No, I won't. Sora obtained 3 wishes. And we learned a Green Trinity. Sora, find Jasmine for me, please. Or, please find Jasmine for me, excuse me. Anyway, I am going to end it off here. This has been Evan Starkowski. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.